Alright, in this video we're going to discuss the chronological versus functional resumes. Over your working career, you're going to have a resume. You're going to need it for either business, you're going to need it for getting a job or a career, or you're going to need it to get into school. The thing about the resume is it comes in different types. The two main types that I'm going to discuss today is the chronological versus the functional resume. And depending on the experience you have over the years or the skills that you've obtained over the years, you're going to decide which style is best for you. Before I discuss the chronological and the functional resume style, we have to understand that over time resumes have evolved to include both informal and formal structures. The informal resume allows a person to have their personality shine and come out through the items or the things that they put in the resume, and it may include items that may not necessarily be connected to work or to a career, things like including your hobbies. For this video though, I'm going to be focusing on the formal resume, which highlights academic knowledge, work relevant skills, and professional experience. So as I've stated before, there are a variety of formats or styles for resumes. And for the formal resume, you have the style of chronological or the functional resume. The chronological resume begins with an objective statement or professional statement. It then lists employment history, beginning with the most current and going backwards in time. For the employment history, you want to include a 10-year span at the most. You don't want to go back any more than 10 years. This section has the name of each employer or the company, some related job duties, and some job related accomplishments, the person's education, any type of certifications that they have, and any special work related skills that they've obtained. Those are listed, but they're listed after the employment history most of the time. This type of resume is best for someone who has a lot of relevant experience in their chosen field, but someone who is changing careers or just beginning on a given career path may not benefit as much from this format. So this one is again more geared for someone who has a lot of experience in a given professional field. For the people that don't have a lot of work relevant experience, then they would use the functional resume. The functional resume that focuses more on the skills and abilities that an individual has. Work history is still included, but that's usually at the bottom of the resume. The skills and abilities that that individual has, those are listed more prominently towards the top of the resume. The functional resume works particularly well for people who have gaps in their work history or who have taken some time away from working, individuals who have changed jobs several times, individuals looking to pursue a different career path, or those who might not meet the exact qualifications in terms of work experience or education that's listed in that job posting. When talking about the functional resume, no matter what work history you have gained some transferable skills that will benefit you in a variety of positions. If you worked in the fast food industry, Skills like customer service skills, you've received that. Have you ever entered numbers in Excel, in an Excel worksheet? If you have, that means that you have attention to detail and you have some experience with technology. If you were a manager at a retail store, that means you know how to train and schedule employees. The skills that are listed on a functional resume, those are focused on things that, again, you may not have that work relevant experience, but you do have particular skills that can transfer over to another career path. Although the looks of the resume, the style that they have, and the mode of creating them have changed, the overall purpose of the resume, remember, is to sell yourself to a potential opportunity, and that remains the same. So here's an example of a chronological resume. Again, at the top, I discussed this in another video with the contact information. You see that that name is bold and it's very it stands out amongst everything else that's in the document. So you have your contact information, you have an objective statement or a professional summary. Then you come down to the experience, you highlight that, and then you put your education in there. Then you have your skills, and then you have any type of activities, any type of volunteer activities or extracurricular activities that you may have experience in that show skills that transfer over to a career or a particular job that you're trying to obtain or an opportunity you're trying to obtain. Okay, this is an example of a functional resume. Again, you have your contact information up at the top. I generally prefer the contact information to be front and center, with the name being a lot bigger than standing out a lot more than everything else in the resume. But then you move down to your professional summary. You can have your objective statement here, but for functional resumes, generally you want to put in a professional statement that lists some of the experience and skills that you have. And then you have a relevant skills and proficiency section. And then at closer to the bottom is the work history and your education. So you see the difference between the chronological and the functional resume. Uh, Regardless of the type that you use, remember that you're always going to be trying to sell yourself to that opportunity or to that company or to that school or to a business. But you're putting yourself out there and selling your skills and your experience to that company or business or opportunity. So I'll be releasing several videos in a series for resume building or creating a resume. It, they're the all of the videos that are going to be coming after this will provide an overview of the different sections in the resume. Again, you have your contact information, objective statement or professional summary section. You have a work experience section, educational background, skills, and extracurricular and volunteer activity sections. So you'll have a video that goes over pretty much each one of these a little bit more in detail. Each of the 5 videos, again, going to take it apart, take the resume apart, and just go through each one so that you have a better understanding of resume creating and that you feel a little bit more comfortable when writing a resume. Because remember, this is all about who you are and how you want to present yourself to the business world or to the educational world.